is a lot of the heavy travel bookers that are making a significant earning and income through travel booking alone. And, a lot of people can sometimes wonder, like, well, can I do this without, building a team? Although building a team is phenomenal. I love it because you make residual income. But at the same token, like, this is the proof in the pudding where, wow, I can just completely do this as a travel booker. And here you are. Now, what makes this individual truly special in Sherri Hamby is that she's a grandmother and she took on her daughter's children full time and has a full time job. And she became a $1 million travel booker. And in a lot of ways, we find ourselves giving ourselves the reasons why we can't. And so today is a day where we start exploring where through the obstacles and the challenges that we oftentimes face on a daily, where this person was able to completely overcome these obstacles and supersede her expectations, given the circumstances that she's in, to be able to become that $1 million travel booker. And I think that is huge in its own. So without further ado, um, I'm really want to, the way we're going to do this is very similar to the inside where we're just honestly going to have a conversation and I'm going to, dive a little bit deeper into her story where we really want to get to know her, what she did, how is she doing it, etc. So we can crack that nut open. So, maybe you guys will be able to capture the value in it that will potentially help you. So, uh, with that being said, Sherri, are you there?
I
Please
am.
welcome
Can you hear
Sherri.
me?
Yeah, there you are. Let me go ahead and give you co-host two. So that way you're there if you want to share screens or anything like that. You can. Welcome.
Hi,
Sherri,
hi.
thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, that's my dog. Oh, try to ignore. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute, but please go ahead while I settle my dog down. Please introduce yourself and kind of like let's get started. And who
Okay.
you are.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So my name is Sherri Hamby. I am, of course, an Evo travel agent. I have not yet been in 3 years. My 3 years is next month. And obviously, probably like most of you, when I started this journey, I knew nothing about travel. To be quite honest, when I booked my first trip, not even a month after becoming a travel agent, I thought I was going to throw up. I was scared to death I was going to screw it up. And of course, it was a family member. And of all people, don't screw it up with your family. But all went well. And so, like Charles said, I do have a full time job. I am an accountant. I did not get my college degree until I was 51 years old. I actually dropped out of college to get married at the age of 19, and my father was pissed. But I have made him proud since. Um, so I do. I was a divorced mother of two at 22. I had a government job for 15 years. I am what they call a BU brat. That's a bureau brat for FBI. My dad is a retired FBI agent. I worked for the FBI for 15 years as well. When my dad retired, I decided that I no
Wait,
longer
did
wanted
you
to be in the
say you
bureau.
work for the FBI?
I did for 15 years. My
What'd you
dad's
do
a
there?
retired agent. I was an intelligence research specialist and I investigated motorcycle gangs.
Oh wow, that's a whole subject on its own. We could completely trail off and just talk about that, but go ahead. And then
So when my dad retired, I kind of learned along the way that it was something I liked doing with my dad. I couldn't go downstairs 3 floors and see my dad, and the politics were getting on my nerves, and I just wanted out. So I went out and went private sector, and I worked for another government agency as a contractor. That wasn't making me happy. So I went even more private sector and went county. And I'm working for the county now, the county that I grew up in. But during COVID, I decided I was going to go back to college and get my college degree in accounting. And with that, then came a pay raise with my county job. And things just kind of snowballed. Now, backing up about a month before I turned 40, my daughter was a high school senior and expecting her first child. So, of course, I
What
supported
does
her
that
through
make
that.
her? 17, 18 years old?
Yep. She graduated at 18 with a 30-day-old baby. She did,
Wow.
in fact, walk the stage, and I supported her through that. Um, Unbeknownst to me, she was having a behind the scenes drug issue. And it was very apparent very early on that I needed to step in. But while she was in my home, trying to help curb that, didn't work.
What'd you get addicted to, if you don't mind me asking?
She originally started addicted to pain pills that turned to the street version of heroin.
Oh boy.
Um, and so ultimately, she then had her second child. They are 13 months apart. And when they were 1 and 2, she left them with an individual who called me and said, I believe you're, my daughter's name is Brittany. I believe you're Brittany's mom. She dropped her kids off with me 2 weeks ago. She hasn't been back. And I was like, where are you? I'm coming to get them.
Wow.
So I went to get them. My daughter had no idea I had them. And when she eventually found out I had them, by that time I had already filed for emergency custody of them. One thing led to another. And this October, I will have had the older boys 15 years. They are currently 15 and 16.
So you've had them for 15 years since
This October,
that.
yeah. So
Okay.
they'll be turning 16 and 17 this year. I will have had them for 15 years in October. My daughter is currently in her 10th straight year of active addiction, homeless on the streets.
Right.
In the meantime of all of this, she's had a third child that was placed up for adoption and adopted by my best friend's neighbor. So I am openly involved in seeing him in his life. It's not a secret. He's adopted. He is a great family. I was not at the time in a position to raise a third. So my grandson, who's adoptive, lives next door to my best friend. All is well. He's happy, healthy, in a very loving family. I still have the two older boys that I have. And now I've gotten married and I met my spouse 3 weeks before the adoptive grandson was born. So clearly, I still was not in a position to take on a third by myself because ultimately I'm still single. Fast forward now, I've been married to that person. We will be celebrating our 10th anniversary in April, together 13 years. But in the midst of it, here comes a fourth child. Um, and
This is all
my daughter,
Brittany.
all my daughter's kids.
Oh my gosh. All
So
right.
I still have the two full time. The third was adopted by my best friend's neighbors. And here comes a fourth.
Wow.
Now, that child just turned 8. He was born addicted to heroin.
Oh man.
He spent his first 30 days in the hospital. Of course, it's now a CPS case. The two older boys were not a CPS case. I just showed up to this stranger's house, picked them up, and went about my business on my own, getting custody of them. So now it's a CPS case. Well, my daughter doesn't live in the county I live in, didn't live in the county that I live in still to this day when she was pregnant with the youngest. But she was smart enough to know that if she left the county she was living in and came to the county where I lived in, and it became a CPS case, knowing he would be addicted to drugs, They were going to call a family member and you had to live in the county. Yep. Here I am. I get a call from CPS that my daughter's had a child, and I'm in the same county the child was born. And so, guess what? Boy number 4, but boy number 3 in my house comes to my house on day 30.
Wow.
I go through a year of being under the microscope of, is your home clean enough? Are you providing? And yet I'm not the issue. Um, Everything was done to reunificate my daughter and the child's father. But when it came time to that court hearing, they were a no-show. Clearly, they didn't do anything they were supposed to do. And the judge basically said one of two things. We can keep this open as a CPS case and continue to work on reunification with the natural parents, or grandma can take custody and we'll close the case. At that time, I was tired of being under a microscope for nothing I had done wrong. And without my spouse's consent, I took custody. I didn't ask. It was, he's my blood. I've been raising him since he was 30 days old. He's turning 1, and he's not going anywhere else. So now I come home and my spouse says, how'd it go? Well, he's staying. I have custody of him. It was trying time in my marriage. But we're still together. We still love these 3 boys as if they're our own.
Well, I take it he wasn't ready for that. He didn't want that. It was just too much.
So my spouse is a she. I'm in a same-sex marriage.
Okay. Okay.
She was not ready.
Right.
She has never had children. She met me having 2 children.
Mm.
It was quite an adjustment for her lifestyle as well. But she has grown to love these 3 boys as their own. She has done more for these 3 boys than their biological parents. And if, gosh forbid, something were to happen to me, she's who's left. So here we are. I've always had a side hustle. It was always a side hustle where I had to leave the home to make an income in addition to my full-time job. And I couldn't do it anymore. The 2 older boys were getting older. They were needy. They were needing rides everywhere.
Of
I
course.
was getting home late. Dinner was hard. Homework wasn't being done properly.
Now, what were you doing to make income like
I
around
was
this?
doing direct sales.
Okay.
So you had to go do home shows.
What
It served its
what were
purpose
you
while I
selling?
was doing it. Huh?
What were you selling?
Well, first I was doing Mary Kay.
Okay.
Then I was doing Visalis.
So at
Uh,
this point, you were trying like network marketing platforms,
I was.
like
I
entrepreneurship. Hey, I want to get into business for myself without large investment. So, hey, let's give it a go. Mary Kay,
But the
Visalis.
large investment was my time.
Right.
And
Oh,
I didn't have that time to invest anymore. So I stopped it all.
okay.
And
How
someone that
long?
was doing direct sales with me
Uh-huh.
joined Evo. And and you met her Friday night. That was Leanne.
Okay. Hi, Leanne. She's probably here right now, right?
No, she's in Mexico.
Oh, she's enjoying her life in Mexico. All right.
um, so
Is she your sponsor?
she is.
Okay, Leanne.
We came in 3 weeks apart,
Okay.
kind of learned together. And
So wait, before you get into that, like, how long were you doing Mary Kay and the other thing?
I did Mary Kay for 20 years.
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
So this was kind of like a long thing that you've
Mhm.
kind of been on having on the side. Okay.
And then I went to the next one for 5.
All right.
And when I'm in something, I'm pretty dedicated.
Yeah. All right.
Um, but that fumbled, that folded, that went bankrupt.
Okay.
People lost things. And so it put a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure.
So here the boys are older. Now I have a 5-year-old. and the two teenagers, or middle school at this time. And here comes travel. And I'm like, wow, this is a great opportunity. I've booked travel for myself. I clearly know how that works. I don't have to leave my house. I can work both my jobs. My full time job is remote from home 4 days a week. Um, I can do travel from anywhere. I just need to learn. So I dove in and I learned, and um, I am incredibly blessed with a huge repeat clientele, even though people can probably book travel on their own. I am huge with daily referrals. My clients tag me in social media posts left and right. I am also Google verified, so I'm being found on Google. So Google searches. My own clients are repeat clients. So my business has just taken off.
Let's start. Like, I think what's important for a lot of people, especially for me listening to your story, is the beginning and how you're able to really blast your travel business, getting it out there to your repeat clients. How did you get them to be repeat clients? Where did you start? Like, okay, so here comes travel. I'm in. I'm studying this. Hey, I can do this. I don't have to go anywhere. Like, I can do this from home. All of that. So where do you start
So I
to
started on
get
my
your
personal
business going?
page,
Okay.
started on my Facebook personal page,
All right.
and every travel post I make is public, not friends and family only. Every travel post I make on my personal page, I hyperlink my travel group that I created.
Mm.
Very early on, I asked people that invited five or more people that actually joined would be entered to win a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks of their choice. It
Awesome.
was
So like right out the gate, even with like 4 or 5 people that are joining the group, you're throwing like little small raffles, even if they're
right. If
Dunkin'
you
card.
invite five or more people and I see that five or more have joined with your name as being inviting them, you're being entered to win a gift card.
Oh, that's great. That helps grow your page.
Right. Because like now, I'm a month shy of 3 years.
Yeah,
I have almost 1,700 people in my travel group, and I
nice.
can promise you they're not all my Facebook friends.
I see.
They are not.
Okay. So
But
that
I'll,
was like purely referral from within the page. Like, hey,
yeah,
invite 5 people. You're gonna get a Dunkin' Donuts gift card if you refer 5 people to just this page. Are you still doing that today?
no,
Okay. So it's
no,
at 1,700 people that are in your page right now is probably active within itself.
they
Or
are active.
okay.
They're active. Every once in a while, about once every 3 months, I'll do a post in my travel group
Hmm.
and I'll do the at everyone. And that just kind of heightens the awareness of people seeing things or paying attention to things
Yeah,
that they don't normally pay attention to.
sure.
And then your algorithms are going. And now those people that usually weren't seeing things are now seeing things.
Hmm.
So I know a lot of people don't like that at everyone tag because it can get on, it's annoying sometimes. So I only do it about 4 times a year
Yeah.
in the group.
So you start that page, you start doing the Dunkin' Donuts. Is that where you got your first client?
No, my first client was my niece.
Okay.
And if you know anything about my niece, she is a bougie perfectionist. And I was scared to death I was going to screw her cruise up.
Hmm. She
But
gave you an opportunity.
she's probably on her 14th trip with me. She has three booked this year already.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
Great. She did her first one with you and almost I'm imagining because of her perfectionism, like you had to do a lot of ping pong back and forth to ensure like she got the trip that she wanted.
Yeah, I was so afraid I was going to mess that up. Oh gosh. It's kind of ironic because when I hit my million,
Yeah.
guess whose trip pushed me over?
Hers.
My niece's.
Yeah. Yeah. What
It's
does she do? Like
crazy.
really, like these really huge, big cruises, or
Nope. The first cruise with me was with her and her daughter. The trip she just recently booked with me is her and three girlfriends.
okay, okay.
Nope.
What a blessing. All right, so your first client was your niece. How do you get to the million travel bookings? Like where
Um,
that's your first client. So where do you get number two, number three, number four? And
so I'm very, very involved with my clients, whether they're a stranger when I first meet them or they're a 14th trip repeat customer. I have levels of thank you gifts I send my clients.
that's awesome.
So their first, um, their first trip with me. I don't know if I have one on my desk, but I have merchandise. I have a friend, a woman owned business in Georgia. She does merchandise and she makes all of my merchandise. So like I have my passport thank you cards for my clients. Um, I have my 3-year postcards that are getting ready to go out to my clients.
Nice.
Whether they've booked with me once or they've booked with me 14 times, they're always going to get something from me. Um, I want to grab real quick to show you what I send my clients for the very first time.
Yeah, while she's getting it, like
So,
how incredible, right, guys?
so this is what I have hand sanitizer holders.
Okay.
And so it just says safe travels and that's my signature. And then on the other side is my business with my logo with my phone number.
Nice.
So I
What is
have them in
what is that, a
blue and pink.
keychain thingy?
No, it's a hand sanitizer.
Oh, with a keychain.
Yep, but I put the hand sanitizers in them
Okay.
because remember, I started 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
People were still big on hand sanitizing their hands for COVID.
Sure.
Here we are 5 years later, COVID's still happening.
Yeah.
So I send thank you gifts. I send anniversary thank you postcards with a gift. All of my,
How do you keep in track of all that? Do you have like a calendar? Like, do you use a software to like tell you, hey, it's the 3 year anniversary, or or as
no,
soon as
I just know what my anniversary is, and I just have a mailing label. I just have mailing label file that I add every client to my mailing labels. And
okay.
so every anniversary, like this year, all of my international travels, whether it
Hmm.
was back when I first started in month 2 to my niece now that is going on her 14th trip with me, which happens to be international, all of
Hmm.
my international clients are getting passport covers.
Okay.
So
Love that.
I guess I've just kind of built like a rapport and a friendship
And
with
it always keeps it
my
fresh in the
clients.
client's head
Hmm.
about you.
Right. Well, it's two. You could have booked one trip with me, and every single year you're getting a small thank you gift and a anniversary postcard.
That's great.
You may never have booked with me again, but I appreciate you because you're part of the journey. Now, I also track my clients' flights.
Hmm.
I track them and I'm sure they've arrived safely.
That's awesome that you do that. That's actually something my wife Nikki used to do quite often. Like, she would text them, "Hey, make sure I hope you got there okay. Text me when you land, etc." And she's like literally texting them almost the entire time, like she was their travel buddy.
Right.
Like while they're out there, and like if they decide that they want to do excursions while they're there, like it's just having this liaison
I
always with
think,
them the entire
you know,
time.
people reach out to travel agents for numerous reasons.
Hmm.
Either they just don't have the time to do it themselves, they can't be bothered, or they're simply overwhelmed. Two, they think that we can get them great deals and they can't find them themselves. Or three, you've built a friendship with them and they just want to support your business.
Yeah.
So if you can do all of the things for them whether it's once or 10 times,
Right.
you've just built a relationship with them that they're going to be more apt to work with you.
Yeah. They know what they're
You,
gonna get. You become a brand and a product. Like, hey, I
right.
want to book my travel. They have this personality back and forth, and they know what they're gonna get with this experience of how much work that you're gonna put in, exactly how you're gonna lay it out for them, spelling it, making it easy for them to, pull the trigger and make decisions, and the options that you provide based on what their interests are for their travel. So you are 100% right about that.
Right. And two, I'm very honest with my clients. You know, I already have travel booked into 2026. We all know that nonstop direct flights and most flights are not yet released in inventory yet. But I lock my clients in for their all inclusive resort. They get their pick of inventory for room choices. They get a great deal. They have a long time to make payments on it. Their deposit was minimal. And then we go to add flights when flights are released. Now, I'm very honest with my clients. I'm like, I can add your flights for this, but if you go to their public website right now, let's just take Southwest. They're having a sale right now. And if you go book your flights, I know you have to pay for them in full, but you're going to save yourself $330. Like,
Yeah.
I am just very honest.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it doesn't work out like that. And then they do book their flights with me. It is added to the resort that was booked a year ago. They can continue to make payments. But I think also, too, because of my honesty, I want my clients to do whatever best for their pocket. Because again, I would rather have a quality client than a quantity client, you know? So I just think that that's just where I am in my business. I've built trust up with so many
Mm.
that they're referring me to others. They're tagging me in social media posts. They're coming back to me. You know, it's just worked for me, and I don't know it all. Trust me, there is still so much for me to learn. I don't know it all.
What do you mostly find yourself booking or arranging as a travel agent?
All inclusive resorts.
Is that kind of like become your specialty?
I do gravitate towards that,
Uh-huh.
but I will book anything.
Sure.
I will
Specifically.
not turn anything away. In fact, I've booked 17 countries through our Go Way supplier. And trust and believe, I knew nothing about those 17 countries, but I have 17 countries on this map behind me that are scratched off.
Yeah.
And I had a group of 60 and a group of 28 all go to Greece. And they have all come back to me individually to book trips
Oh,
because
that is
that
so
all
awesome.
went off without a hitch.
Yeah, that became such a great experience for them.
Right.
Yeah. How
I
do you
love Go
how
Way.
do you
I speak very
facilitate,
highly of
like,
Go Way.
how do you make it easy? Because I know, like, what I used to do, and you might do something different. I know when there was like a specific group that wanted to do something, I know me and Nikki would actually create a Facebook group page just for that event of whatever they're wanting to do, like whether it be a cruise. I know the last one that we did was actually a gay wedding. It was groom, and he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to invite all of their friends, and it was in Las Vegas. So we created a Facebook group, called it Michael's last name's wedding, and his partner, and then they did actually they helped us and invited that invite group link to all the invitees to the wedding. And then we also translated that to like other like cruises, etc. So how do you typically, like, especially with a large group of, let's say, 28,
So I'll
facilitate?
be honest. The group of 60 that went to Aruba was a family adventure. They apparently do every other year big vacation together.
Mhm.
So the person, the cousin that is in charge of that, create something on their own. They just added me to it.
Got it.
Now the group of 28 that went to Greece, she herself is a graphic designer. She
Mhm.
created a web page for her 27 friends.
I
So
see.
I have not done anything like that, but that is an excellent idea.
Yeah, it helps too because what that does on a public sphere where without having to like the captain of the ship to individually introduce you, rather they just invite and just make one clean travel agent announcement. Hey
Right.
guys, I'm using Nikki Lee. This is your travel agent, and all of you like ask her the questions, etc. And then it just kind of
Right.
helps that
No,
facilitate.
that's actually a great idea. And I'm going to write that down. See, we learn from each other.
Yeah. Well, that's of course, that was something that Nikki and I did to make it a little bit easier for large group
No, that's a
facilitation.
great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that Facebook group page is gonna last forever. It's just for that one
Right.
event, and then adios. And once they're done,
Right. But it's
like
a
that.
nice, it's a
But
nice
what it also
idea.
does is it keeps in track of every person that went. And now after the event and party, you can actually individually give them a thank you. Hope you had a good
Absolutely.
time. And now you're actually connected individually with each and every.
Now, remember I said I give all my clients thank you gifts. So
Yeah.
the group for Greece was about they live about an hour and a half away from me. And
Mhm.
the lady that orchestrated it, that's a graphic designer that had like her own little group for this. She had a Greek dinner at her house for all the people that were going. And
Yeah.
so I didn't mail all of those gifts. I went and had dinner with all 28 people.
Yeah.
And then I met them and I gave them their gifts. And then they asked questions that they either forgot I had answered or they just wanted to hear again. And so I met all of these people. So now when those people come to me for individual trips, they've met me.
Nice.
So you kind of have to go a little bit of an extra mile. I'm
No,
not
I
saying
love
you have
that
to
you
do
do
it
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is all about relationships and building that trust. I'm incredibly blessed to be trusted by so many.
And that
Incredibly blessed.
I feel like that takes, obviously legwork on your part to prove that you're trustworthy, to constantly like kind of let everybody know that you're there. Like, hey, I'm here, right?
Right.
And I'm always in your face, and you just create that comfort
Now
and
remember,
reliability.
I have the three grandsons. So when I did that, I took the 8 year old, well, he wasn't 8 at the time, he was 7, but I took him with me. It's just something I could do with him. Now the teenagers stayed home. They didn't want any parts of it. Um, but I will say that this has worked best with having the three boys because I am home working my day job. I get them all to school and pick them all up. Like I will be at the bus stop at four
Now we're
o'clock.
talking about currently right now, right?
Well, the whole 3 years I've been doing travel.
Yeah.
I can do my day job from home, work travel from home. I don't have to leave them to go anywhere to do anything. Um, I obviously take them to school, pick them up from school. I'm here with them. Even if they're up in their room gaming, I'm home. I don't have to leave my house to do travel.
Mm.
I didn't, I worked 7 days a week on travel for 2 solid years. I
Pushing
worked
your name out there, building those
working,
relationships.
quoting travel, doing mock quotes of travel, posting on Facebook, posting in my group, getting more people in my group. Um, I worked a solid 7 days a week on travel for 2 solid years.
So what does that tell me now? This is your third year. You're not working 7 days
I
a week.
don't, I do not work Sundays
Oh, good for you. So now you're working 6 days a
on
week.
travel. Yes,
Okay, good. All right.
I do not work Sundays. In fact, um, if someone reaches out to me through an email, I don't even open it.
Yeah,
And before I had to jump on it. I had to do it right then and there.
sure.
And I'm like, no, I don't need to do that now. It's Sunday.
Good for
It's
you.
Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I also choose not to watch TV.
That's a big one. That's huge. Guys,
I do
listen.
not sit on the couch
Uh-huh.
And now I'm not going to lie. Well, now I watch football on Sundays, but will I sit down and watch my team play football? Yes.
Okay,
That's
that's
three,
fair.
four
But
hours
you
of a
don't
day.
get sucked into like TV shows.
No,
How about Candy Crush? You play Candy Crush?
no,
All right, thank goodness.
no.
Yeah,
To
yeah, that's a
me,
sick addiction for a lot
well,
of.
so here's
I'm
my
just
thing.
saying.
Um, my wife can sit upstairs in the living room and watch real TV, crime TV shows, one after one after one after one. And I can't do that.
Yeah.
That is like, but that's okay for her. She doesn't need a side
So
hustle.
what goes in your brain for you to be like, no, 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 I'm not doing that? Because there's a
It's a
lot
waste
of
of
good
time.
shows.
It's a waste of
Right.
time.
Yes. So
Now,
it's entertainment value, and you're like,
yeah,
okay, so what's your
but it doesn't pay
entertainment
my
value?
bills. It
That
doesn't
is
help pay my bills.
100% true. That is absolutely 100% true.
Now,
That's, I think, the mentality that you have, right? Like, hey, I can't waste time freaking doing this.
now we do watch Yellowstone together,
Oh,
but
well,
that is,
that's TV.
yeah, but that is a 90-minute show
Uh-huh.
once a week for 5 weeks. That's it.
Well, it's done now.
Right. It's done now. But that's what I'm saying. I just don't watch TV. It is a waste of time for me. I'm gonna be real honest with you. We don't even have cable anymore. We have
I don't think a lot
streaming.
of people do. Yeah, everyone's at
No,
this point.
the 16-year-old plays Xbox a lot.
Yeah.
The 15-year-old is on his tablet watching movies. The 8-year-old is playing school or he's in theater. He acts, he's in theater, so he's busy. Um, TVs just hardly even get turned on in my house.
So tell me like what you go through the day then, because clearly you do accounting,
Mhm.
okay? And then if there when you get travel, you focus on that. And I'm hearing you, like there's no TV. But I do understand, like generally, like people will want to wind down at some point in the evening. So operation hours closed for Sherry Hamby. What do you do then? Make dinner? You chit chat with your partner? Like what do you do? Or is your
So
brain spinning? What's my next thing? Like, oh, I
I
gotta
just work it. I just work it amongst my day. So I am in my travel office sometimes till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I've already, all the boys have already showered or had baths.
Mm.
They've already had dinner. Homework's already done. They're already in bed. I'm not sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm coming down to do travel.
What are you
The eight
doing?
year old,
What are you doing to travel? You're arranging and researching for what your client was
I'm taking deposits.
at
I'm
11
talking
at
to,
night,
no, that I, at 11 at night, I'm working on my paperwork. I'm adding new client names to my address database.
getting prepared for the
I'm,
next day.
yep, I'm looking at what quotes I need to do tomorrow. But I mean, if I have clients flying, I'm tracking their flights. I'm doing something. I'm
Right.
not sitting on my tail, not doing anything.
Yeah, I think that's huge that you say that because like you're occupying those hours just driving more of your business. So that way you have that extra preparation and like
So
that's
I, I think people get hung up sometimes on, I don't have time. You have time for what you want to have time for. So my day starts at 5:30 a.m. I'm at my day job desk at 6. I've woken up 2 teenagers. They are old enough to get ready on their own, make their own breakfast. I have 2 teenagers in my car at 7. I have now driven them both to school. The 8-year-old is still sleeping. I am home before the 8-year-old even wakes up. I'm back at my day job desk. Now the 8-year-old's up. He can get dressed and brush his teeth on his own. I then get up from my desk. I make him breakfast. I take him to the bus stop. I'm back on my computer, dual day job and travel simultaneously. I work both,
sure.
constant. I'm in charge of a $12 million budget with my day job. Never once has it been questioned I don't do my job. I just know how to manage my time. That's it. So my day job ended at 3:30 on paper. Now I knew I was done what I needed to do at 3 to get on this.
Yeah.
And I know I'll be done this to go to the bus stop at 4 to get the 8-year-old. And then when I get the 8-year-old at 4, I'm going to be in California tomorrow for boot camp. So I have to drive him an hour and a half each. I have to drive an hour and a half to drop him off at a sitter. But while I'm driving, he's going to be on his tablet. And I have 2 calls set up to talk to clients while I'm driving.
Now, what makes you like this? Like, is it so, because you've had a demanding job, actually like a demanding life almost of very large portion of your existence where your daughter kind of like pushed 2 boys on you unexpectedly. And of course, your mentality was, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not going to let these boys off to the
Mm,
universe of who knows where
yeah,
they'll end up. I'm going to take them because they're my blood. So that's a responsibility after you've raised your kids to take on more
right.
kids.
I joke all the time I'm raising more kids now than I birthed
Yeah.
because I birthed 2 and I'm raising 3 more.
Yeah.
Um, I
So,
just,
is it, do you feel like it was the circumstance that put you in a position where, like, you know what? I don't have time for bullshit. I just can't.
yeah,
I can't because, like,
I'm not, so I'm
not a
not
lot of
from a,
people, and to be fair, not a lot of people would are going to be in your circumstance, right? Like, if we're saying everything goes the right way, you have your kids, your daughter doesn't get into heroin,
Mhm,
right? And she actually has a kid at an appropriate age.
yeah,
She goes to college or she gets a good job and she has her kids. She facilitates her own kind of lifestyle. And in a perfect world, you have an empty nest, you got
right.
time, you can do these things, but here you are like, no, that's not the cards that it was dealt to you. So it kind of puts you in that position where, like, well, I can't sit here and goof off. I can't.
So I joke, have you ever had to feed boys? They eat a lot. So I joke, like the 15-year-old, he'll say, they call me Mimi. And he'll be like, Mimi, you're always down there working. Yeah, you eat a lot. Like, have you seen the cost of groceries? I can't keep y'all happy. Like, that's the joke in my house of why I work the way I do. But the bottom line is, I know that it is going to be on my shoulders to leave them with something.
Yeah,
They don't have a mom and dad to do it.
right.
So it's on my shoulders. So I work as hard as I do because they're my why. They've always been my why, even when I was single with the 2 of them by myself. And then the third just, that just, it just happens. I consciously could not have allowed him to go to foster care.
Of course.
Now, I still battle emotionally with when the time comes that my grandson that was adopted, which is between the 15-year-old and the 8-year-old that I'm raising, why I didn't take him and raise him. I still beat myself up with that decision. And I'll handle that when the time comes, but I handle it a little better because I know he's in a great home, a happy home with good parents.
I think that if listening to your story, I almost want to say, like, I know the answer to that. Raising your daughter and then having her kids literally shoved onto you, and you doing the right thing, and you saying, okay, I know how much work that every parent would understand, let alone taking on kids that aren't technically your own. Generally they're not supposed to be your responsibility, but you have not and that's a lot of work on its own, even based on what you say, how much they eat. And yet there was a third one. I believe if there was zero other option, you would have taken on that third child. The only reason why you didn't is because you knew that that child was going to go into a good home. And
I
if
did.
there was any absolute chance where you can take a breather and not take on more than you have to, then you don't. Now, the
And
fourth child, That
Well, the
proves my
third,
point
right.
because that kid did had no other place to go.
No.
So that validates like, well, there's no way the kid's gonna go into the system. But if I'm guessing if there was a chance where that fourth kid could find a good situation, like you knew these people, you knew where they're gonna go to a good home, then more than likely you would have probably been more apt to it.
So I so the third child that was adopted, she was in jail for all of her pregnancy. So there was no connection
Yeah.
between the unborn child and me as a grandparent. There was just no connection. The fourth child, I didn't even know she was expecting.
Wow.
She just happened to be smart enough to come to the county where I lived, knowing CPS was going to be involved, knowing he was going to be born addicted to heroin, knowing that if they don't call my mom, he's going to foster care. Like
Yeah.
she was smart enough to know that. Um, but it is what it is. They are my why in every decision I make. I work as hard as I do because of them. I want them to see that hard work does pay off. I have a great day job. I have a great salary day job, but my travel job, this is a career for me. It literally affords me all of the extras that I might typically have to say you have to wait till I get paid.
I see.
And I don't have to do that now.
Right.
When my 15-year-old grandson, who is very bougie, says,
Mhm.
can I get a new pair of Under Armour pants? Yeah, send me a link. $110. Yeah, you can. But because of travel, you can.
Right.
You know, um, the 16-year-old that games a lot. He texts me from his bedroom, can I have $23? I was like, for what? Something for his game. I just cashed out them $23.
Hey, I gotta ask you something, Sherry, because you're a heavy travel booker, and this is something that I really want to like kind of tackle, and which I am gonna make a video about. But were you ever like pushed to build a team, like
Now
pressure to?
I don't no. I've no. I have sponsored 11 agents. None of them I went after. They all came to me. Only 4 of them are active. I didn't come in this to team build. It's not where my focus was. My focus was I need to make money and do something for my grandchildren where I can stay home.
Yeah,
No, it's just it's it's not that. And David and Tony just talked to me about this on the yacht. They're
yeah,
like, why are you not sharing it with other people? And why are you not giving other people an opportunity? Because someone just like you might be in the same situation, you just don't know about it. So my mentality since the yacht trip has kind of changed. But prior to the yacht trip, no, I was not interested in I'm not sharing the opportunity, but I didn't want to build a team. I guess I just didn't want any added responsibilities. I just wanted to book travel, be in charge of my own income, and keep it moving.
right. No, that's fair. I mean, at the end of the day, like, well, my separate question is, like, when it comes to team building, that should be coming from the person within that does want to share, that wants to, sometimes they want to take on facilitating an organization and a team. But, more than that, sometimes people feel uncomfortable. Here's the thing though, and like sometimes like what I hear and the stigma is that especially with some videos that are currently existing right now, is that people are pressured to team build. And you being $1 million travel booker, that's my, question to you. At any point where like I'm sure people have encouraged you to, but to say,
Yeah.
hey, you have to do this, right?
Nope.
Is a whole different thing
Nope.
on its own.
Not one time. Not one time. Never even had a question about it until the yacht.
Yeah.
Only because David said, why are you not sharing the opportunity? Someone else might have been in your shoes 3 years ago. I was like, I don't know. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. I mean, you're building your own and you're creating your own living. And ultimately, why we do this is because we want to secure a better situation for ourselves. Now, when it comes to sharing, I'm with Dave and Tony, of course,
Right.
because there are millions of people in our same situation that could use a little bit more in their life, right? To have that extra money to be able to buy Under Armour for their kids,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
just not in that situation,
Right.
and
See,
to be
so
given that opportunity to do
so
that.
I have five grandchildren. Two obviously are with my, are my son's children, and they're being raised where they need to be raised. And then I have my up the three that I raised. So, I've been stripped of being Mimi to these three because I had to be mom. There is zero communication. I saw someone ask, that's why I'm going to say this. There is zero communication between the three boys in my house and my daughter. They have no relationship with their mother. Their mother is an active addict on the streets for going on 10 years. June will be 10 years if she is still alive to talk about it. That is what she chooses to do with her life. And I am their mom. I'm their stability. I am the only stable person that's ever been in their life. The older two, their dad is 40 and he's only been out of jail for the last 3 years. So he's building his own life on the right side of the tracks and having to reestablish and build a relationship with the two older boys, which he's doing. Now, the 8-year-old, his dad is out on the streets with his mom. They're still together, homeless, in active addiction. And the older boy's dad has taken on the younger boy just because. It's not even his child, but it's the younger brother of his two children.
No.
But I'm still the constant in their lives. They have no mother or father. It's all me. So, I don't get to do the grandmother things, when they come over, stay the night, you load them up with sugar and you send them home. Nope. I'm the one going, that's enough sugar for today. You're not getting any more. you know um or I'm the one having to get on their tail about their grades or missing assignments or going to parent teacher conferences or school shopping, not because I'm the grandma and I get to do it for fun, but because I'm their mother.
Yeah.
So travel has afforded me not just the financial opportunities, but it's afforded me the on hands opportunities, because even though I have a day job, I still am hands on
Well,
because
can
I don't
can
have
you
to
can you say
leave
that
to earn
again?
my income.
Are you saying that evolution in Archer travel has been able to give that to you?
Yes, 100%.
That's a wonderful story.
100%.
I have a
My only regret in this
yeah.
travel agent journey is I did not discover this sooner.
Oh,
That's it.
I think everybody says that, right?
That's how I feel. And I don't feel that way because I booked $1 million in travel.
Right.
I feel that way because it has afforded me so many opportunities. So
That's
many opportunities. So many opportunities. I mean, I traveled before and I don't necessarily travel more, but it's afforded me opportunities to. I just went to Miami for the weekend. And for the first time, my son just turned 37 this past Monday. And for the first time in his adult life, I visited him in Florida.
Wow.
He always comes here.
Right.
He always comes here with my grandson. But this time I got to go there.
That's great. That's wonderful.
So, yeah,
What do
I'm
you
very, very
have?
thankful and blessed.
What is the best advice that you can give for a brand new agent getting started? And you've been doing this
Well,
3 years, but if you were talking to someone and this is you saying, I wish I would have started this sooner,
mhm.
what advice could you give yourself that just joined the business?
Don't get frustrated when you don't know it all. I'm almost 3 years in. I still don't know it all. And just be patient. You will get out what you put in. So if you only work your travel agent business an hour a day and you only end up with one booking a month, that's because you only worked it an hour a day.
Too much TV. You've been watching too much TV.
Too much TV, too much going out to the bars and drinking, too much, you know, just I don't know what, but I dove in head first 7 days a week for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that you did and you disregard it and you let go of all the other things that you were doing with like, well, what is that called? Visalas that went bankrupt, so you didn't have that.
Yep.
And I
Yeah. I
guess,
had nothing else other than travel.
yeah, yeah. And you're like,
Yep.
okay, this is it. This is what I'm gonna put the eggs in this basket with on top of my accounting job. And here you are, $1 million travel booker.
Yeah. But I need to go get the 8-year-old from the bus stop.
It's time to go. Well, thank
And then
you.
I have 2 calls while I drive him 90 minutes to drop him off. And then I'm going to drive 90 minutes back home, pack, and I'll be on a plane at 6 a.m.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Sherry. Well, thank you for jumping on and sharing your story. I love your mentality. You are
Thank you so
everyone, please
much.
give her like a huge hand.
Thank you so much.
Give her some fire emojis. Let her know, like, hey, great job.
I appreciate the
Firing.
opportunity. I really, truly do, Charles. And
Yeah.
I hope that I inspired somebody to just know that just don't quit on yourself.
And most importantly, I want to say, what's your freaking excuse? Wow. Because, like, if you can do it with where you're at, given like all these kids thrown at you with a full-time job and all those things, like, and you were able to get to where you are today, that is, that in itself in completely embarks that statement. What is your excuse?
Yeah.
Right?
It's so I have a thing on my wall that says, your dreams don't scare you if they aren't big enough.
Ooh, that's right. Yeah, your stomach should be turning, right?
Yeah. Like it
Get
did when I did
queasy.
that first booking. I thought I was going to puke.
Yeah. All right, go get your kid. I don't want you to be
Yep.
late. So I'll see you later. Thanks
Yes,
for
it's
coming
five
by.
degrees here. So I look forward to California tomorrow. Whew.
All right. And then I'll go ahead and close it out. So you go
All right. Thank you
pick
so
up
much. I appreciate
everyone,
everyone's
give her
kind
a
words. I kind
hand.
of saw them from the corner. So
Yeah.
if I can answer any questions on the sidelines, I'm happy to chat with someone.
Yeah. Please connect with her on Facebook. Her name is Sherri Hamby. I put in a flyer of her. It's very easy to look her up. Give
Oh,
her
send
a
me
follow.
that. I want to see that.
All you have to do is be connected into Facebook with
Well,
Evolution
I
Enterprises.
didn't
I
see
put your
it.
picture up today for crying out loud.
I'll have to go look.
Yeah, go look and you'll see it.
I also, but that's something
Wow.
else too. I don't waste my time scrolling Facebook.
That's right. That's
I
right.
don't play on Facebook.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, go get your kid. I'm gonna do a
Thank you
quick
guys.
wrap up.
Bye.
All right, take care, Sherry. All right, that's Sherri Hamby, everybody. I hope you got a lot of nuggets there. And my biggest takeaway from her story, honestly, is she ain't fiddling around. She just, I guess she was put into that circumstance where like she just couldn't afford to have leisure time, right? Like she can't take a break, honestly. And I get that. Like I fully get it. And so like she was put in that position, well, what else can I do? And so she made a decision for herself to like not inundate her brain with useless entertainment as like, and I don't want to say that because I watch TV, I do, right? But when I was grinding like she was grinding, like she said the first 2 years, and I know when I was grinding, I let it go completely too. I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for TV. We got to bring people on board. I want to build my organization. And respectfully, on the flip side, that's exactly what Sherri Hamby did. Not building a team, just building her travel agency. And so that there's a lot to be said about that. When you want to build something, you got to put like your entire focus into that thing. And lately, when you're embarking into new endeavors, it is going to scare the shit out of you. It is going to make your stomach turn. It is. It's supposed to. But that's where you get the most growth. So I want you to know when you know you got to do something and it makes your stomach turn from anxiety because you're like, man, I know I'm supposed to do this, got to do it, but you find yourself not doing it. You got to try and push yourself to get comfortable with that stomach turning anxiety. Like, okay, it's very uncomfortable. My stomach is turning and it's filled with anxiety. And I'm here to confirm with you that's actually a good thing. It is. It's a good thing. Embrace that. Like, I'm supposed to be feeling this. It's going to make you feel alive and it's also scary. You're opening yourself up to like a new world that you're not familiar with. That's good. Go toward that. Try to do your best to keep being in that space because it's super uncomfortable. And I get it. But if you want to get things done, right, you got to just jump right into it and do those things that scare the crap out of you. So, anyway, all right, that is our power hour. Thank you for coming. I hope you got a lot of value. I hope your new year is starting out strong. A lot of people set New Year's resolutions, and people usually give in within the first 2 weeks and then they resume back to whatever it is that they're doing. And it's just back to their daily whatever that they do or whatever we do. So stay on track. Whatever you decided for your new year, don't have 0 days. Aim to make yourself better, 1% better every day. So go toward whatever your goal was. Keep scratching and inching and chipping away. Even if you're going on a slower path, it's fine. But as long as you know every day you're doing a little bit something toward that. If that's your comfort level, then that's how you do it. But every day, inch toward what you're supposed to do. Just don't have any 0 days. All right. All right. So, with that said, I'll have another guest. I'm going to be bringing in a lot of these like huge people who are doing really good in this business. And I really want to dive deeper into their story. So that way you can kind of crack that nut open and like, what did it for them? And I think in a lot of ways, you guys are going to start finding a common denominator that equates to everyone who does well in this business. So, thank you for coming. Have a great and wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next Power Hour. So, have a blessed and wonderful day. All right. See you guys.